I'm Akanksha Besane. I have completed my graduation in Information Technology from Sipna College of Engineering and Technology, Amravati. My previously, I have 2.5 years of experience, and my tech stack are like Java, Spring Boot, Hibernate, and MySQL. So I have worked on project of SBI eKYC process, where we have developed an API for backend application, and I have also worked on SonarQube, also on 45 fixes, and also on security implementation of our project. Thank you.
Okay. So let's start with Java. So
Sure.
of tens, how much you can give your like rating itself in the Java?
I would like to give like 8.5.
8.5. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Do you have idea about DSA or logical coding questions?
I'm trying to learn, but not thoroughly. I have.
Okay, no issue. Okay, let's start with core Java. So
Sure.
do you have idea about what is the abstract class and what is the use of it?
No, I have no idea about abstract class.
Okay, do you have idea about abstractions?
No, I have no abstract.
Okay, just explain me the OOPS concept.
Yes, we have OOPS concept in object-oriented programming in Java, where we have concept of inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. So inheritance is the where we extend the property of our superclass to our base class. Polymorphism, we can say, where one can have a many form. So we can give a real-time example of like a man can be also a son and also a father. So polymorphism, we can do it by two ways: method overriding and method overloading. So this way we can implement polymorphism. And encapsulation, we can say like encapsulating into a single unit. So a class can be example of it, where we write our methods and functions into a class to form an application, and abstraction is one of them. Abstraction we will use to hide the some data and show only what which are needed. Like for the example, real time example, I would go we are in the restaurant and we are ordering a menu. From seeing the menu card, we don't know how the recipe is made. So this is the way we can do that. We can use oops concept.
Okay. So do you know what are the predefined and methods we have in the Java?
Yes, defined methods we have in Java is like the toString, wait,
Okay.
so thread. So these are the predefined method in object class we have.
Okay. How many methods are available in object class?
So there are 9 methods in the object class. So hash code equals. In wait we have 3 types. So these are the methods in object class.
Okay, fine. Can you tell me like what is the garbage collector and what is the benefit of it?
Yes, garbage collector in Java is to like for memory management, we can say. So when the object is not used, so it would be going to the garbage collector. So one of the method or algorithm we use for garbage collector is mark and sweep, where we have 2 methods. In the first method, it will, if an object we are referring, it will take the roots. Okay, this method is going to some roots, so it has some links. And if we don't have any root to it, so it will sweep in the second method. So this way the garbage collectors.
Okay. Can you explain me what is the marker interface and what is the benefit of it?
Yes. We have marker interface like serializable and clonable, where we can override the clone method in it. So marker interface, we can say it has no body in it, but where to define something or where we can use it, or if this has some implementation, then we can use marker interface.
Okay, so can we create our own marker interface?
Yes, we can create our own marker interface. Um,
So if you create, what is the benefit we got?
Yes. To create the marker interface, we got to know that okay, this interface is doing some task or is been initialized to do some task.
Okay. Do you have idea about what are the predefined marker interface we have?
Like serializable and clonable.
Correct. So what is the use of serializable?
For serializable, it is used for to communicate between the two computers, we can say. For the communication, we will use one serial UID, which will be communicated with the other computer with deserialization. So this way the serialization works.
So what basically it's do? Serializations.
For communication,
Like it's doing any convergence things or any purpose we are using. In which scenario we can use this?
yes, yes, sir. For communicating from one network to another network, so it will provide you the hash code, and then it will deserialize in the other networks to secure the network for security implementation, we can say.
Okay, fine. Do you have idea about threads concept?
Yes, sir.
So what is the runnable and callable interface?
Yes, sir. We have runnable and callable interface. In that we have in a callable we have call method. In runnable we have run method. But the difference between is that run method will throw an exception and call will not throw an exception. And I think so. Run will not provide you the result, whereas call will provide you the result.
Okay. So do you have idea like where we can use runnable and where we can use the callable?
Yes, sir. A runnable is that when we want a return type as void, at that time we can use runnable. But when we want some result, then we can use callable at that time.
Okay. So let's suppose you have a two thread. One is consumer
Sure, sir.
and other one is provider. And you have to
Yes,
write
sir.
the code to like producer will produce the data
Sure, sir.
and consumer will consume those data and they will print it.
Yes, sir.
So do you have idea like how we can write those code?
Yes, sir. I have we have interfaces like consumer and predicate and producer. So we can use their methods which we have in them. So for a consumer we have accept, so we can call and that we can do for with the interface we have.
Basically, I'm asking like we have a two threads. One is producer,
Okay.
one is consumer.
Okay.
Okay, and
Okay.
producer will produce the object or maybe data. They will generate some data, maybe 1 200 or something object. And consumer having responsibility to consume those data and print it.
Mm.
So how we can implement those code?
Mm. Using callable or runnable method, you are saying?
Yeah, you can use the runnables or threads.
Okay. If you are saying about the actual coding, then I will use if I have interface called consumer, then I can write it as consumer consume equal to, and then I can write like consume dot um, accept, so I can apply their values.
Uh, okay, fine. No issue.
Mm.
Uh, do you have idea about what is concurrent hash map?
Yes, sir. Concurrent hash map is used for when we get an exception, concurrent modification exception. When we are writing a code like dot add and we are giving a string or integer, and in between the code we are just writing it dot add method, then it will give the concurrent. So for that we have this.
So what is the benefit if you use the concurrent hash map?
Yes, sir. If we are using concurrent hash map, so it is giving us the benefit that within the runtime you can add or delete the element. So it will not throw the exception.
Okay. So if you like use the hash
Yes.
then any issue,
If I use,
hash map, then we got any issue.
yes, sir, we get the concurrent modification exception as it is not thread safe. So that's why we are using concurrent hash map to implement or concurrency in the application.
Okay. Any other benefit do you have with the concurrent hash map?
Yes, sir. If like it is giving us the yeah, like fail safe
Okay.
implementation. Sorry, sir.
What is fail safe and fail pass?
Yes, sir. In fail safe, we can say that when we are modifying in runtime, so we get an exception. To handle it, we have concurrent hash map. So this is the fail safe. And whereas in fail fast, we get the exception.
Okay. What is the serializable keyword and what is the synchronized keyword and what is the use of it?
Yes, sir. Now, synchronized keyword is used when we have a concurrent threads working on it, the application. So we can use synchronized block to make sure that these threads are properly synchronized.
Okay. Okay. Do you have idea about microservices, Spring Boot, Spring?
Yes, sir. I have like microservices, Spring Boot, and Spring.
So nowadays people are migrating to a Spring Boot or monolithics to microservices. What is the benefits they are getting?
Yes, sir. First question as an answer, like from Spring to Spring Boot. So I would like to say that Spring Boot provides us the embedded Tomcat server. So first we have to particularly create a war and then deploy it and then launch the application. But whereas in Spring Boot we have embedded Tomcat server which is running on a port 8080. So we just have to launch the application and our application is launched. And Spring Boot also gives us the more functionality for security implementation, for cloud implementation, reduces more duplicacy of the code. And as for the second answer, why people are moving from monolithic to microservice environment, so we can say from monolithic to microservice environment, we can say that key in monolithic application, we have to write the bundle of code in the particular class where we have the product service also implemented there, microservice order service also implement there, and payment service also implemented there. So some issue if it occurs, so it is very hard to debug it. But whereas in microservice, we can check where the issue is, and we can analyze it very easily because we are dividing each and every API into particular services. For like product service, we have particular service order and then payment. So each we are dividing to get the code correctly analyzed, and for implementing security to distribute it. So in microservice, it becomes easy.
Okay. So in the Spring Boot, how we are maintaining the security?
Sir, for Spring Boot, we have implemented Sonar Cube. That is the basic for it. After that, we have implemented 45 fixes. And for maintaining the Spring security, we have Spring Security Configuration class where we have auth. So by using auth, we are setting the username and password, which we call is as authentication. So we are authenticating the user, and it will provide the JWT token when it is authenticated. After authentication, it will move to authorization. So from authenticated process where we got JWT token, okay, then it authorization will check, okay, this JWT token is valid or not. So if this JWT token is valid, so it is authorized to view the screen or make the changes. So this way we can do for inbuilt Spring configuration. Yes.
Okay. So you told like 45 or Sonar. So what
Yes.
exactly like issue it's covered by the Sonar or 45?
Yes, sir. Many times as a developer, developers used to build the code. Different developers build a different code differently, right? So each has their own implement and each has their own coding standards also. So Sonar Cube maintains your coding standard. If I would say some of the Sonar Cube suggestion, then it are the Sonar Cube suggestions. I would say like okay, this class name should be in capital. So when you are defining some value as a hash code value to any variable or object, it should be in a class where all the objects should be defined, and then the object value should be defined to the variable or something. Don't define it like properly the hash code object value like password or username that way. And we can see that for this sonar cube we also have try with resources where we have to close the each and every file when you open it. This is one of the thing, and rather than using a string buffer, you can use string builder. This is one of the suggestion. So sonar cube tells us, okay, these are the standard, follow the standard for me according to the code base. And 45 fixes are the one which implement the security. For we have like SQL injection one. So there we in an SQL injection we are actually using the parameters, giving the parameters so that okay, if these parameters match then go ahead, otherwise no. And also in 45 we have that don't put password or in username hash coded, so you need to put an empty one. These are the small suggestion or standards we can say we can use with both of this.
Okay. So in log, maybe I am printing some secret key or password. So it will
Yes, sir.
by Sonar or 45.
Sir, it will be held by I think so 45.
Okay. Okay. Next questions I have like um, what is auto scaling?
Mhm. Um, Auto scaling, I'm not recollecting it right now, but accordingly, like we can say auto scaling is like when an application is down, then we can apply more server or configuration to it. So to scale the application.
Okay. Yeah, fine. Do you have idea about Java 8 features? What are the features we have?
Yes, sir, I have.
Please explain some features.
Yes, sir. In Java 8, we have like functional interface. method reference, date and time API, stream API, Lambda expression. So these are the functionality within the Java 8 we can use to make our code more easier. If we talk about functional interface, so functional interface is the one where we have only one abstract method and set of default methods in it. And Lambda expression is the one which are used as an expression to use the functional interface. So within the Lambda expression, you can use the functional interface where our code size is getting reduced. Stream API, we are connecting a sequence of object with the non-terminal and terminal operators. And date and time API, we are getting this date and time inbuilt methods or functionality where we can, according to states and country, we can locate the time and date. And method reference is first we have to write like student s1 equal to new student s1, but with method reference it is very easily. If you are writing in stream API, you have to just dot map, and you can call the class name and double colon, two times you have to put, and then just write get name. So in that we are actually calling the get name from the student class.
Okay, so what is the difference between lambda expression and method reference? Any difference?
Lambda expression and method. Okay. Yes, sir. Expression is also different. Expression for both of them are totally different. Lambda expressions is like we are calling for method for functional interfaces, and for method reference, we can also call for our inbuilt classes.
Okay, please share your screen.
Sure, sir. Yes, sir. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, yes. Open any
Yes.
your ID for the writing in Java.
Sure, sure.
And the question is like you have to print even number from 1 to 100 using Java 8 feature.
Okay.
Is it done?
Yes, sir, but some error is there.
Okay, so what you have implemented as of now?
Sir, I have written for a random class which will take a limit up to 100. So I have passed it to L2 where I will filter it according to the even number where E% to equal to 0, and I am trying to print it, but it is giving me some error regarding this.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you set the limit of a like a random value, it will go to the 100. So
Yes, sir.
you're starting from where? It will start automatically from 0, or do we need to?
Sir, it will take from 0 and then it will go to up to 100. But yes.
Okay. Remove the assignment. Like you have assigned in the int L3. Remove those.
Issue
And now you are trying to print with the for each. So it's not returning any
for
value.
it. Yes, sir.
So that's why we are
It
not.
is giving some error, I think so. Yes.
Use the like method reference here. Out place.
Yes, sure, sir. Yes, sir. Um, should I run the application?
Yes, here.
Yes, sir. My screen is there. So
Yeah,
we are getting this.
it's a random value. Maybe
Yes, sir. Random
plus
value.
we are getting.
Yes.
Fine. So do one thing. Uh, line number 24.
Sure,
Just
sir.
write int stream dot
Okay, sir. Okay. Stream dot off is.
import it.
Yes, sir.
Give a space once. Yeah. Now see any method they are giving int stream.
Yes, sure. Um, off
They
it is.
may be method called range close. Type range close.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We have.
It will ask you the starting or ending value. So give a starting one, ending is 100.
Sure. Sir.
And then after use the filter.
Oh, sure. Sir. Should I launch the application now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we are getting even number.
Even number. Yes. Sir.
Okay, fine. Do you have idea about database?
Yes, sir. I have.
Okay. What is the primary key and unique key? Any difference between them?
Yes, sir. Unique key, we can say unique key should be unique. Uh, 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 but uh, primary key is given a table, so primary key is used for that.
Okay. What is composite key?
composite key, sir, we have in another table, which is the primary key for that table, and we assign that composite key to the other table, so it forms the composite key, which is a primary key for the another table.
So what is foreign key?
Yes, sir. Foreign key, I'm not remembering right now, sir, but I will check for it for definitely. I'm confused between it, so I'll check for it definitely.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I have done from my side. Okay. Do you have any
Okay,
questions?
sir.